How's it going, everyone? Want to go over a notable Days of Play update as far as one of the major deals that's going to be available. I don't know how many people watching our channel at this point are still looking to pick up a PlayStation 5, but there's always reasons, and every time I say that, everybody watching our channel's on a PS5, some people come out of the woodworks and are just like, yo, I'm still on a PS4, brother. I got all these games in my backlog, and you know what? I don't even remember when we started doing like PSN deals videos, but I want to say it was well before the PS5. Yeah, it was definitely well before the PS5 came out. And if you've been watching our channel for a while, you probably amassed the wildest backlog that, honestly, if you just go through that game and you're not a victim of, like, FOMO, you probably have the craziest backlog, so there hasn't been a lot of pressure for you to pick up a PS5, but, at this price point, especially with all of the things going on in the world, Xbox prices going up, I think this might be a good time for you to pick up a PS5, but we'll talk about that. Speaking of Xbox, PlayStation, an Xbox game is coming to PlayStation 5 this summer, and it will be getting a physical release, so we'll talk that, and at the end of this video, I'll take you guys through some physical game deals that are available right now. I just got 3 to mention that I think are quite good. All of them on Capcom games. I didn't even realize until I actually, looked at the deals just now, but they are all on Capcom games. One of the best publishers in all of gaming these days, but we'll get to that at the end. Right off the bat, Biblikun did note from Deal Labs that there is going to be 2 new PlayStation 5 bundles, and it will be the PlayStation 5 Slim with the disc drive, and Black Ops 6, baby. Yeah, we get to get back on COD. PlayStation 5 Slim Digital Edition and Black Ops 6 will also be available for $400. The disc drive will be $450 with Black Ops 6. You'll get the Slim console and then a download code. Obviously, even with the disc drive console, it'll be a download code. That's just generally what they do. Look, they're trying to save money with these bundles, and they're trying to get you into digital gaming even if you have a disc drive. So I see the rationale as far as why they're doing that. This is a pretty good bundle in the sense that this will target a different demographic than those people picking up the Astrobot bundle. I think a lot of people watching our channel would be like, yo, the Astrobot bundle is better, Astrobot's a better game, and it's fun to clown on Call of Duty, and trust me, I've taken my opportunities and taken my liberty to clown on Call of Duty. I will say Black Ops 6's campaign is fantastic. I think the campaign is great, but obviously you play Call of Duty, at least most people play Call of Duty to get into the multiplayer, and how you want to assess Call of Duty multiplayer over the course of the last few years, that's really up to you. When it comes to multiplayer shooters these days, I'm just not a fan at the overall direction. I think multiplayer shooters for me peaked in the late 2000s, early 2010s. I think those days are dead and buried. They will literally never come back because it's about chasing that live service dollar, and every major publisher that's going to be able to throw the revenue and the budget for a top-level multiplayer game is going to try to make the return on it by going the live service route. Call of Duty's done it, Gears of War has done it, Halo has done it, and all of those franchises that I gravitated towards are either moving to live service or they're dead and buried, like Killzone and Resistance, which those franchises are dead and buried, and, they've been replaced by Sony with other live service games, Concord, Fair Game, Marathon, etc., etc. I don't know how well that's going to turn out, but, I don't think we're ever going to go back to the days of, a Killzone, but, I could sit on my soapbox for hours about that, but it is what it is. The bundle, I think, is pretty good, and again, I think if you're looking to pick up a bundle for a family member, a friend, whatever the case may be, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to prefer the Black Ops 6 bundle over the Astrobot bundle. It remains to be seen whether there are going to be other bundles or if there's going to be a vanilla release with just the console and the disc drive, with the disc drive for $400. If that's the case, if that's available, that's pretty damn good. Or even $420, I think would be great if you don't want to go $399.99 for the disc drive console. I think $419.99 would be great, but we'll see if that ultimately does happen. There will be PlayStation Plus discounts, since I know a lot of people want that, and that's the big thing that they want. It'll be interesting to see how it's divvied up, because sometimes they do PlayStation Plus discounts, and it's only for new subscribers. I think this only for new subscribers thing is so whack, especially during an event like Days of Play, which is celebrating PlayStation. And if it's an event to celebrate PlayStation, like Days of Play, you should be celebrating your longtime consumers that have been the most invested into PlayStation. But if you really assess PlayStation these days, it's not about celebrating the longtime consumers of PlayStation. It's more so about just getting new people into spending money and whatnot. That's exactly why PlayStation Plus Premium, their top subscription service, you know, in my opinion, has been a steaming pile of garbage. But again, I can go on my soapbox about that as well, but those bundles will be available. Alright, moving on from that, Hellblade 2 is coming to PlayStation 5 this summer, and alongside that, Limited Run Games will be doing a physical release, and given the fact it's from Limited Run Games, I don't think this is going to be an Indiana Jones situation. I don't think this is going to be a Doom the Dark Ages situation where you got 80 megabytes on disc. I think it'll be the entire game that will be available. An ESRB rating has listed a version of Senua Saga with physical games from Limited Run Games, and they also note that the first game is going to be getting a physical release on the Nintendo Switch, so that'll be pretty cool. But Hellblade 2 did not get a physical release. You know, I really don't know how this game is gonna do. Some of these games have not been doing, like, crushing numbers. I said that Indiana Jones didn't do crushing numbers on PlayStation. Somebody commented saying it was the number 6 game of April. Like, okay, bro, like, congrats, it was the number 6 game release of April on PlayStation. That's not really a high barometer to reach when you're talking about a game that was in development for how many years by Machine Games, and it's of a massive IP like Indiana Jones. Like, when we assess game sales, it always has to be looked at with relativity. You can spin any game as doing well if you just, oh, it was the 9th most selling game in this month. Like, yo, bro, yes, it's easy to, it was the most concurrent player count for Assassin's Creed. A lot of people don't like to look at things like context and assessing things from that standpoint. Oh, Assassin's Creed Shadows was the 2nd best-selling game of 2025 so far. Okay, it's Assassin's Creed. Look at the other titles that have come in 2025. I'm happy that Assassin's Creed outsold Dynasty Warriors Origins, but it should have, but nonetheless, having a little bit of a meltdown here. Hellblade 2, I do think is going to do lukewarm numbers, but at this point, it's a delayed release on PlayStation, and what does Microsoft even consider to be lukewarm numbers, given that the driving factor of a lot of these games is to just push Game Pass subscriptions, and releasing these games on PlayStation 5, I believe they view it as just an extra revenue stream, and they'll assess it. Obviously, you have to assess things like this, and I think if you don't look at the Doom the Dark Ages numbers and don't find them a little bit disappointing, I think you would be doing yourself a disservice. Learn from the numbers, but a game like Hellblade 2, a delayed release a year plus after the release of the original version, and it's probably going to be $50, and it's not like the game blew it out of the market when it initially came out, and it had a very divisive reaction as well, where people viewed it as a beautiful game from a visual standpoint, but, you know, more of a walking simulator more than anything. But I digress. It will have a physical release, and thankfully it looks like it'll be a legit physical release and not a Doom the Dark Ages physical release. Speaking of physical releases, I want to highlight a couple of games that are discounted over on Amazon. Physical games here: Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection, the Arcade Classics, 40% off for $29.77. Awesome collection. You got Marvel vs. Capcom 2 in here, and you've got a lot of other classic titles as well. Great collection of games. Definitely check that out. And I thought the $50 price tag initially was pretty decent, and being down to $30 is just a bargain. Definitely recommend that. Another collection, Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection, $22.96 on this. I mean, I love these games. These games were a part of my childhood, so obviously I'm going to be a little bit biased towards them, but a lot of people, I feel, bought this collection based on the hype that a lot of us hardcore fans gave it. They played Battle Network 1, and they were totally turned off by it. Battle Network 1 has aged pretty poorly. It set the template and the foundation for what Battle Network 2 ultimately would become, but I think BN2 made the game so much better. I would recommend play Battle Network 1, but I would also recommend, if you play Battle Network 1, maybe have a guide, maybe be okay with using a walkthrough on YouTube. You can find those fairly easily of this game, because you know, it is very disjointed. Battle Network 2 makes it a lot better, but at the end of the day, these are Game Boy Advance games, so it's not like they're gonna be super modernized experiences. But Battle Network 2, Battle Network 3, even Battle Network 4 I thought was decent. Battle Network 5 is great. Battle Network 6 is awesome as well. Would love if they made a Battle Network 7, but I don't know if we're ever gonna get that. But some great titles here for sure, and all that for $22.96. Good deal there. And then Monster Hunter Wilds has a small discount, 15% off for $59.83. Good deal in the sense that this game's gonna have an absurd amount of gameplay, and I know that some people said that, oh, I played 100 hours of it and there's not much more to do. Like, okay, dude, you got 100 hours of quality gameplay out of it. Take that as a W, but yeah, $59.83 on that. I think that's a pretty good deal. In the sense that this is one of those games that I do believe is going to hold up in price for quite a while. The quality's there. If you like Monster Hunter, you're going to like it. Or if you just want a game that's going to provide you with a good bit of content, and a game that Capcom is going to keep updated for quite a while, given what they've done in the past. But yeah, $59.83 on that. But that's going to do it for me. Again, a major bundle with the Call of Duty Black Ops 6 bundle for Days of Play. We'll cover all of the Days of Play deals in depth when they do go live. Hellblade 2 coming to PlayStation 5 this summer with a physical release. I can't see that game doing that well, but you know, we'll see. Ultimately, it'll probably be a game that I think a lot of people will end up checking out when it's at a deep discount. And some deals to check out as well. That'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Sound off there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.